Welcome back to the belt room. This is Skullman of Skullman Belts coming back at you once again with a special request from at Reno Drums VQ8NV. And what Reno Drums asked me was to do a comparison of the Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship belt and the Shoprine style heavyweight championship belt. So I had to think to myself, I said, well, is it worth doing a comparison? Side by side comparison. And this is only my opinion, my thoughts and my beliefs on it. And I just pretty much, I don't think so. I don't think it would be worth doing a comparison video on these two belts. Let me tell you why. And like I said, this is only my opinion on it. So my reasoning is, number one, this belt stands in a class by itself. It can only be compared with other crumb rhyme style belts. So in a way, with Triple H being a history buff, this is somewhat that way, but it just doesn't fit that mold. You know, it's just like this belt and the Winged Eagle. Those are your top two. Those are the top two that history has been made out of. Let's even throw in the third one, the 10 pounds of gold. But what we're talking about now is even comparing this belt with this belt, as popular as it was, there's no comparison. This right here beat it out every time. But you can, to me, I believe you can book a belt just like you can book a wrestler. If you book that belt right, that belt will make history. So, looking back at this, when you think of this belt, only one name comes to mind. 99% of the time, it's going to be the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Just like with the Winged Eagle, you're going to quite possibly relate this belt to Hulk Hogan. So when they came out with this belt, they put it on the right person at the right time. Because Ric Flair in his time was ahead of his time. He carried himself as a champion and he knew how to become a champion. And this belt was made legendary through him, Dusty Rhodes, Sting, and so on. Toward the end of WCW, if this belt didn't have such a great legacy and the men that held it, the end of WCW, they damn near tried to destroy the legacy of this belt, in my opinion. Now, if this belt is booked right, now you have to think, it's been over 30 years since this belt here has been out. Same with this belt, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, correct me. So this belt right here is in this infant stage of being started out to see if it can carry the weight that those two belts over there carry. Don't get me wrong, I like Seth Rollins, but I don't think that he was the right person to carry this belt first, to try to build a history of the Triple H's modern big gold style belt. This one, the changes up on this belt, and I know you get a lot of flack off of the network logo, and I know what they're doing with it. Roman Reigns actually, the aura around him, he carries this belt well. Now, working with it, no. But you get excited now when you know he's coming and you actually get a chance to see this belt. He carries himself as a champion, but he doesn't wrestle as one. If he could have won maybe 70% of his matches without 1 to 3 to 4 people interfering, then yes. But this belt right here is just not what it should be and where it should be. And WWE isn't booking this belt right. Seth Rollins at times can be a clown. And that would destroy the legitimacy of this belt. Now, me personally, I honestly think that the first champion for this belt should have been someone like The Miz. He's good on the mic. He's very entertaining. And I just believe that his name should have been known first, such as Ric Flair is with this belt. Also, this belt was created, it was handmade when it was first created. Of course, you know this one isn't. Reggie Parks did the same with this one. But I can just about promise you now, in today's time with the technology that we have out now, this was not a handmade belt. It looks good. I'm going to always say I think that should have been smaller. But if you want to talk about just comparing it with the Chrome Ryan, man, there's no damn comparison in it at all. This belt does not stack up to what the original Chrome Ryan Big Gold holds and the other belts that come from it that symbolize this Big Gold. This Big Gold belt right here has been replicated and duplicated by many makers, many companies. FanDuel for one, you know what I'm saying, with their Dome version, now with their Lux version. Even with Shop coming out with this Chrome Ryan version, they even also tried it with this flat as a pancake version, trophy style belt that I call it. But if, like I say, if it's booked right and they do this right, this generation now, probably 30 years from now, should be talking about this belt as we do with this belt and this belt. So, Reno Drums, I mean, just look at this. Look at just how prestige it looks. This belt streams champion. This belt streams the best of the best. The artwork that went into the making of this belt. And I'm just using this belt as a representation of the original Chrome Ryan, so that you know what I mean. The heritage that this belt holds. Who held this belt? This belt is still sought after very highly in the belt collector's world. And anytime a company comes out with a Chrome Ryan style belt, it sells. It sells. It moves. Now, this new generation, and even in when I look back at my video views and things, this belt gets a lot of attention. So, it has a little of the history in it, somewhat. It carries a lot of, with the hidden features in it, it does carry a lot of the hidden features for some of the past that was involved in WWE. I'm not going to go into it, but you all know your meanings of these and your lions, you know, and everything, and your rope borders and all of that on what it means. And this is a very nice belt. So, this belt right here is in its own class. It's actually in its own class. You know, Just like nowadays, you compare this one to this one. And this one wins out every time. So let's just see how they do with the belt. Both of them are nice. But, like I say, in my opinion, there's actually no comparison. There's just none. So, I hope that this may have answered some of your questions. I don't know if this video helped like you expect it to help out, but I can only be honest with you guys, man. I can only speak from my opinion when I make my videos. You know, and that's just the type of creator I am on this channel. I want to be dead ass honest to the best of my ability when I do a video. You know, and I want to give you the knowledge that I have and the way of me thinking. So maybe you can catch it on another channel where someone may have done a in-depth side-by-side comparison of this belt and that guy right there. But this is one time that it will not be one of those on my channel. If you like this video, click like. Tell somebody. Tell Miss Banana, hey. And subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.